everyone. This is Water Fiction here, and today I did ask a couple questions on Know the Artist Discord because originally I got it through like watching what is it watching a variety of shows YouTube channels like Illymation. She did a video where the first I got with that so that one like she goes times she didn't realize I was autistic, and she talks about like she was just diagnosed with ADHD, and then she talks about like the signs and symptoms of like autism, which she really didn't understand. Like I don't know. I think she did say in the comment section she forgot to mention it, but she did get an official diagnosis. Which some people say like if you like self identify, that's like okay because you're not actually like diagnosing yourself completely, So it's okay, It's just that those that do like if you say you have like a certain condition, any condition where you need to take medication for it, you take medication when really you shouldn't. It could cause harm to you, But she's not. Luckily, she's not saying that, Luckily, and also you can't really take any medication for anyway. So I'm just saying, like, a lot of people I think that's the reason why I would be concerned. That if somebody says, "Oh, let's say it's more physical," it's like, "Oh, I looked up, I have like a rash on my arm, and I figured it must be some kind of skin lesion, and I need to take this highly advanced medication." And then it's like, did are they skin these little lesions on your thing? What are they look like? Oh, like bumps. Okay, like little bumps. Are they itchy? Yeah, they're really itchy. Did you happen to go out to the woods anytime? So last night I went to the woods. It was just kind of. I like to go to the woods like a little trail walk. There you go, poison ivy. Boom. Stuff like that. So it's like a lot of times too. The other thing is that you really don't want to diagnose yourself with something because of the fact that you could you could have something else entirely, so it's like you want to make sure you cross all your T's and dot all your I's and stuff like that, you want to do all that stuff. But anyway, so she mentioned that. Then I saw another video from Jada Animation, and she was talking about like the times that she should have realized she had ADHD. She didn't realize it when she was a kid, but that was because the environment wasn't gonna let the ADHD kind of take hold. Her mom was really on her to get the homework done and all that stuff. So there was no point that ADHD could manifest itself until she goes to college. And then it's like everything goes downhill from there. She's like, "What's going on?" She's like, I work hard, I work better, I do more and more, I gotta do all this stuff." And it would never feel like it was enough. Like she felt like she was always trying to play catch up. And then she found out from her brother that he had ADHD, and then later on, she got the testing, and he told her that she had ADHD and a mild case of autism. I think that she brought up. I want to say it was something like that, and she didn't bring up the autism part yet, but like it shows like because they're both comorbid, right? I also like watching the show How to ADHD. That's a really good show if you really kind of curious about ADHD, like if you have ADHD or if you know someone has ADHD, you want to know what's the best way to handle what the best way to understand them, So if it's something, if a kid has ADHD, like what do I do? My kid has ADHD. How are you supposed to do this? Like she goes, look. She explains that she has ADHD, and that she knows like what some of the methods that kind of work for her. They don't always work, and they might not work all the time. What might not work last week could work this week. What worked last month might not work this month at all. So you gotta be really careful of that. But anyway, so there's that channel, and then of course, I also watch I like watching like people talk about like autistic representation in media, like how like you have good representation, like I guess Lilo and Stitch. I saw her in cinema therapy once, and at first I was like, wait, Lilo is autistic? Like, okay. But then I think about, like, with the signs, like, she likes, you know, Elvis. She takes pictures of tourists on the beach. The emotion, like, those might not really seem like much, but you think about, like, she's hard at making friends, you know, like with Myrtle Edmund, she wants to be friends with her, you know, and like the rest of the class, she wants to be nice, but she doesn't make that connect. She can't make that connection because I guess like somebody point out that you can actually like people like you can always like it's you can always like it's this weird thing, you know, it's like um like 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 somebody who's neurotypical can look at somebody who's not neurotypical and tell something's off just by looking at like a picture of them because there's something, especially something about them that's like, okay, this, you know, that's because our brains like to find familiarity. Like our brains like to see things in groups and things that can be easily categorized. If we see something that's a little bit, it's kind of like the uncanny valley, right? Like you see a picture of a CGI human, and it looks really creepy, and it's because it's not full. We know it's not like a cartoon. We're like, oh, it's just a cartoon, whatever, you know. And it's not a real life person. It's someone's right in the middle, and it's like, ooh, no, that's not doesn't go there, you know. So I've been I'm watching like those shows, right? Shows where they talk like Lilo and Stitch. That's what I'm talking about, right? Yeah. Um, it's technically a clear example of autism. Now I don't know if it's word of God. Word of God is if you don't know that, that's a terminology for when oh yeah, from the writer of the show or the producers or anybody who owns the show goes, hey, this is what we mean by word of God. You know, it's kind of like oh, sorry, this is like if they say like, look, this is what it's supposed to be. That's kind of like the thing. So if Chris Sanders were to say, you know, yes, I intended her to have that, or no, I didn't intend her to have that, or even, well, I didn't intend for her to have that. I intended for, like, say something like, well, I didn't intend for her to have that, to have autism. I, I will, whatever you want, you know, you can do, you know. Then it's like you kind of have like this. We don't really know, you know, like if it's official or if it's more like it was unofficial, or if it's a case of like I want to say the show was Adventure Time. Okay, I remember seeing the show. I didn't really get into it because the word adventure and is in there as like adventure time. Like, oh boy, you go to adventures? No, they stay in their own little place. And there's no adventures going on at all. And it's like that's a lie. That's a big time lie. There's no adventures. They're not going on adventures at all. What the hell are you talking about? So I don't really watch it because of that fact. But I remember hearing though that there was a big like mushroom cloud in the beginning of the show, you know, and even though the world was kind of like damaged and stuff like that, they go, oh, there's been a nuclear war that happened. It's actually the Earth, but after World War III or something like that, and that was what the fans were talking about. And then the creators were like, you know what? Yeah, we'll do that. So they did. They made it so that future episodes will refer to this place being in the future, and this is past World War III or the Great Mushroom Wars. You know. But now, of course, you can also get bad representation as well, like Sheldon Cooper from The Big Bang Theory, which oddly enough, the creators have said no, he's not supposed to be autistic. But I guess he shows so much of the signs of being autistic that fans have labeled him as autistic. But there's a lot of people, especially people who are autistic, do not like him as a character because he seems to be too much in the kind of like the negative or the pseudo positive stereotypes of autistic person. Now, what I mean by pseudo positive, it's kind of like have you seen like those animated series like back in the day where a person might be black and they can do really good at sports, or the Native American can talk to animals, or the character has to be like Japanese is either really good at math or knows kung fu or karate or whatever, you know. That's what I call a pseudo positive stereotype. It's basically it arose because like back in the day, of course, you would have like people who were like black, Japanese, especially during World War II, or or Mexican or whatever, you know, they would always be portrayed as negative light, you know, and it was like, and if you're part of the community, you see like this the black person you see in the show full of white people is the maid, and she talks like this. You know, you're gonna be like, what the hell? It's like, what is wrong with that? You know, so the people after over time, the people thought, okay, well, God, like people, well, like God, in the 50s and 60s, we were kind of racist. We should do something. Show that we're not like that anymore. Oh, I know. It's 80s, right? Yeah. Let's really show them that we care by making this black guy really good at sports. Now, I might think, oh, that's just kind of nice, you know. But then you gotta think, though, what if you're that aforementioned like black person? You flip to the channels and you see some guy doing sports, talking like this, yo, what's up, man? And he's supposed to be positive and stuff, and it's like you say it with goals, too high of a standard. So it's kind of like it's very, very tricky, you know. Even with like the autistic character of Sheldon Cooper, you know, he's not supposed to be autistic, according to Word of God. The fans have labeled him as being kind of like acclaimed him as their own. That's the thing of. You know, they claimed him as their own, you know. And well, what was the of? Oh yeah, like, and some people actually are split between not liking him, but liking his counterpart, or even like not liking him and maybe not liking his counterpart. Like there's like different people. I guess this is more of a split. I think it's on young Sheldon, because while young Sheldon still has the signs of being adult Sheldon, people can argue that he technically does have autism. He's a little bit more toned down with it. He's not over the top. But then we're thinking, okay, well, what does Sheldon have that makes him to have a pseudo positive stereotype writer of fiction? And that would be a good question. The thing that he has that makes it a pseudo positive stereotype is the fact that back in the day, people with disabilities were seen a lot of times like. Initially, I think that would be seen as being less than, like, push them aside, you know, and if the opponent was on TV, it was more like a sympathy case, you know, like, even most stories, you watch most movies with autistic characters, the characters are either, a lot of them, they're completely helpless in like, some all the environment, which a lot of people who have autism say, no, that's not the case. Though there's probably some that do have that, but it's probably because it's a mixture of autism and some kind of like a learning disability, right? It's not just autism itself. There's something going with it, something comorbid with it, you know. But anyway, so oh, hold on. I forgot what to say again. Sorry about that. But oh yeah, it was like they're either shown as being like nothing more than like a small child, or a runaway pet they got to get back, or they show them off as being a super genius who has like social awkwardness and might even also in a weird way need to be treated like a small child or a pet. And who's worse than that um, would probably be Sean Murphy from Dr. Jesus. I mean, the good doctor. Now, the reason why I call Sean Murphy Dr. Jesus in the show for, I know when I first saw it, I was like, it's because of the fact that Freddie Highmore, who does the character of Sean Murphy, you know, he also did Charlie Bucket in the Tim Burton remake of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, which I like when Nostalgia Critic did the old versus new of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and he goes, one's a little boy who has to struggle and work hard and persevere, and he has to learn a life lesson at the end. The other one is practically Jesus, which is true too. All the roles he played, there's not a single role that Freddie Highmore has played where he plays a not so good person, not so good intentioned person. His role as Charlie Bucket, yeah, that's not so good. He was like Jesus. And then he did also in the Invisibles. I did not care for that because it seemed like he wasn't like trying to really do something horrible, and then it comes to bite him in the ass like in the Ant Bully. No, he was trying to do something. He was like he's good and pure all to the end. And bad guys are bad guys. You know, there's no like nuance between the bad guys they had to face up against or to the businessman that wanted to buy the land or something like that. You know, it's really, really dumb. But of course, I saw like videos on them, not just from related people, and then also from the ones that really recently, a Coco cat who I could not get really get a hold of because it's hard to get a hold of with her, you know. But then there's also Noah the Otter, who is self-proclaimed with autism. And I even like I got into like a lot of different gotta watch some of the shows. I think it's a show on Sunday. I'm hoping I'll be awake for it. It's on Sunday at noon. I should be up by then. I hope I can be able to watch it. It's not like I don't want to watch it. It's just that I'm kind of helping to babysit my niece and nephews on that day, and I don't know if we're gonna make it or not. Just that you know, Nora. I might I'll post on public. I might actually see if I can chat to yourself if you want me to. Um, But yeah, he talked about the show Phoenix White, or the game Phoenix White, and talked about how like some of the characters in there could actually be seen as autistic coded, which is kind of really kind of cool. You know, like there's so many characters that have like they could have autism. You know, and they're really autistic friendly. He's also in a show called Steins Gate. I have to. I'll have to watch that one though. When I get a chance to, I have to watch it. But yeah, that made me thinking. Okay, whoa, all right, Ryder, what's up with all this? Well, um, as a lot of you may or may not know, autism has what's called comorbidities. Sorry, comorbidities. Think of what is a comorbidity, and it doesn't have anything to do with this. What's flashing on the screen right now? Yes, it does. You see, see what I did was I asked a series of questions. See, after getting to know the author and like kind of become part of his community, I actually I'm on his Discord. It's really neat if you really want to. You can check it out. It's really kind of cool. He's also on Twitter and Blue Sky. I think Instagram too as well. Yeah, and also he has a YouTube channel. So definitely go check him out. That's really kind of cool. Which I think is funny. I think he has more viewers than I do. And I'm like, hey, check that guy out. You know? But anyway, so I asked the questions about, well, I did also ask the question other ones too, like OCD and some of those. I don't really know them, so I might just kind of leave them open for you guys to kind of contemplate and ponder. But I asked people because criteria B of autism spectrum disorder says you want to have two or more of the following. There is what's called stimming or self-stimulatory behavior. That's when you flap your arms up and down, you might blink, you might click your tongue, you might snap your fingers, you know. And it's to help you to relax, right? It's this way of helping you. Like if you're overly stressed, you do that to help you to relax. Then, of course, it's ritualistic behavior, like things you have to do over and over again. Usually it means like you don't want to have something change, you know, like if you have if you make yourself a pizza at 3 in the morning, you always have the pizza at 3 in the morning. You can't be like, well, I don't really want to. Oh, I guess you could, but it could lead to a shutdown or a meltdown over time, you know. And then, of course, there is special interest, which like things that the resident autistic will hyperfixate on. And there's one more, I can't remember what it is offhand. Sorry, I really don't remember what it is offhand. It's on my Discord, WriterFiction137. I think my username is there. You can find it there, you know. Two people. One who says that he's not he's not official yet, but he feels like he might be. Says that both and this other one, who I'm pretty sure it is autistic because he didn't say that he wasn't or he didn't know, so I'm pretty sure, you know. And they both said special interest. The one who still needs a diagnosis says that his special interests are basically like superheroes, and I know the Discord I'm right now. I can't find it on the computer, which I'm at right now. And my phone's charging right now, so I can't look that up. But yeah, I don't know, you know. I don't know which one. I don't know what the other one was, but like, it has superheroes, right? The other guys are like video games like Mario, I think Zelda, Kirby, and a game called Ghost Trick, which I actually looked up before because I actually looked up when I was looking up on because I really want to know more about the Ace Attorney. I guess the person who made Ace Attorney also made Ghost Trick, which I might have to play that sometime, you know. But anyway, so sorry, good. Oh yeah. Well, the reason why I asked it for also that's what OCD, and I was gonna ask like other comorbid conditions like learning disability, dyslexia, developmental language disorder, dyscalculia, which is like basically not really understanding like how numbers are looking like fractions. You know, like what's bigger, a fourth or half. Like like even like, oh, half is bigger, but for someone with dyscalculia, they might not know that. So they might think that a quarter should be bigger, right? Because like four is bigger than two. Then it goes with developmental coordination disorder, also known as dyspraxia, which basically it kind of looks like basically extremely clumsy, but it's not. It's like the bodies. It's like the body's having a hard time catching up to the brains. You know, the brains know what to do, but the bodies don't. You know, I think to me, like if you push a button on a controller to make a character to make Mario jump, but he doesn't jump until 3 seconds later because of the delayed reaction. That's if that's the best way I guess I can describe it. Maybe that may be the best way I can understand it. You know, I know like it's basically it's like difficult like handling scissors, riding a bike, catching a ball, stuff like that. You know, and there's other ones too, like OCD, like I mentioned before. There's an ODD, or opposition defiant disorder, which is when you basically, when a person is like defiant, you know, and there's no reason to define this reactive attachment. Or there's a whole bunch of them, you know. Now you might have noticed that I mentioned ADHD at the beginning of this video, as well as like autism, because ADHD and autism are the two biggest ones they have. Now I'm gonna use ADHD because I actually do have ADHD. I have I think I might have the combined subtype, or it could be mostly hyperactive impulsive subtype. There's hyperactive impulsive subtype. That's when you like you basically you can't sit still and you do things without actually really. You might think about it, but it's not like. Well, the thought process is not like whoa, stop, you shouldn't do this. It's more like, yeah, I do it, you know, and then you do it, and it's like, oh, I shouldn't have done it, you know. Then goes the inattentive subtype, which is the kind of the one that gets ignored a lot of times because it just looks like the person staring blankly off into space, not really paying attention or anything like that, or daydreaming when really that's how our brains work, right? And then it goes to the combined subtype, which is basically almost like pretty much 50-50 of hyperactive impulsive and inattentive. Now, the reason why I bring this up for, well, no, hi. Now, I was thinking about, like, I really do want to make more shows and games with hyperactive characters, but hyperactive characters that I think could represent hyperactivity more so, you know, than what we currently have. Like, don't get me wrong, I do, to be honest, a guilty pleasure of mine, I do like the hyperactive characters, you know. But sometimes I do feel like that's all that they are. They're just always hyper all the time, you know. Or the characters kind of meant to be hyperactive, and they have you always forget, you always get distracted, and you never see it beforehand, you never see it afterwards. I'm like, show me, don't tell me that this character who's sitting in the car seat, wiggling his toes, and says, I can't keep attention. It showed me that he does have trouble paying attention and not running off. And do it without being like, oh, now he's playing Army Dogs with Rusty. and now he's all better. He's all cured. That's not how that works. You don't. I think just with autism, you can't cure like hyperactivity. You can tone it down. Sure, like you know like like with my ADHD, like when I was younger, I would I would run around a lot. I would practically bounce off the walls. It's because my ADHD, woo, you know, makes you all go all wild and crazy and stuff, you know. But then as you get older, though, it's like it's I basically settled down. But now my brain is always working. I have multiple projects that are like open, and not all of them get done. Maybe one or two get done, and I really do want to get them done. But sometimes though, it's like I need somebody to be like, hey, you know, hey, Water, work on this project now. Work on this project now. You know, you gotta get this done. Like, okay, then I get it done. And, okay, now I have sigh of relief. You know, but not be like overly strict. You know, but like say, hey, maybe you should work on this now. You know, like okay, and I can try to work on it as best I can. You know. Anyways, and that's probably why like when you hear me like talking in this video, what I'm going on tangents for is because of my ADHD. It leads me off on these side tracks, tangents, you know, and I don't have like a script. So I could have a script, but I feel like somebody should write it for me instead of me writing it because I would probably get distracted and forget I'm writing a script. And like a couple weeks later, oh yeah, I have my script. And plus, I want to get this done now, so that's why I'm doing it all. But I'm doing this unscripted. But anyway, so I was thinking about. I think we need to do. I'm kind of hoping that if I get like maybe other members of the ADHD community, people in the autism community, and the dyslexia, learning disorder, Tourette's disorder, obviously defined disorder, obsessive compulsive disorder, all those communities, you know. To make a neurodivergent friendly card game, which I would personally call Comorbid Clash. I don't know, I like the name of it, you know. How it would work is that you would have a series of character cards. Now I'm gonna use the first one. Let's say like was my thing. Like if I had like a character, the character would have like hyperactivity, right? And let's say his special ability is basically a super fluid form. He becomes like this a super slime form, because it's a slimy kind of form that slides around and can move at really fast speeds. But the weakness is the inability to stop or to fully kind of stop. Even if he's staying still, maybe he's always like wiggling and jiggling because you know people with hyperactivity cannot really sit still. I can't really sit down, you know, like I'm getting tired of just talking right now because I kind of want to get up and stretch my legs and walk around, you know. But anyways, back to the thing though. So my kid would have that. For the two who said that their main thing is like special interest, I would try to look at what the special interests are. If you know, for the one who said like video games, like maybe have the ability to turn any areas into a video gaming level. So you can like traverse it like it's a Super Mario level with the platforms, or he's in a car and just like a Mario Kart level kind of thing, you know, or whatever. And then the one who's not too sure, so can't really self-diagnose himself, and he's like, he thinks he has it, but he has to get diagnosed officially. Like superheroes, like maybe like a person reads a super comic and he reads like Spider-Man, he can't really gets like Spider-Man's powers, or Superman gets his powers, or Batman gets his knowledge and stuff, you know. Like that's how it would be. Like you'd have these characters, each one have their own like abilities assigned to them, but it can't be abilities, as you can see, based upon their condition. There's like, oh, this person there's like this person has ADHD, therefore that's a superpower. He's ADHD man. You know, and it's not like, oh no, who's that looking in the corner with the powers of autism? Autism man. No, no, that, you know, nothing like that at all, you know. But it's more like, like differently, you know, like, oh, and like too, I guess, cause like, I guess for me, if I would have made it more closer to me, you know, with my ADHD, I would say maybe he is like I like my favorite thing is like shape shifting, you know, like of all the ability, all the powers and abilities you can have. Like maybe the character can like shape shift, but it's never complete. He can never make a full complete transformation. It's always like not like almost half, you know, like or a little bit here, a little bit there, you know, and sometimes even multiple at once. So it's not really that good, you know. And then, of course, what you would have is basically environmental cards. Like certain cards would show up, and there was like a monster or like an object that would interfere with the characters. You know, like if you are, if you have a ASD or autism spectrum disorder, and you have an aversion to bright flashing lights. Maybe like let's say let's have the character like that, you know, a weakness, bright flashing lights, and you will look how that's like a brick wall. Um, for anyone, for certain characters, they like the brick wall might stop them. It'd be a weakness to them. You have like what I was a brick wall, you know. But say you get like a light flashing light thing. It might be a weakness, you know, or maybe it's like a loud a series of bells ringing so that show sound, and your version of sound. They're like, oh no, so then you got to get this item card. If you get an item card like a bugle horn or some chips, that's not going to help you. Actually, the bugle horn might make it worse, right? So maybe you lose a turn or whatever, you know. But let's say you get headphones. Headphones could be used to make you feel safe, right? Because it makes you, the noise gets cuts away, you know? But anyway, so that's kind of what I would kind of have in mind or something like that, you know? And but basically what you would do though is that like you would be a co-op game, so you would like if you have like a challenge, say that a certain challenge is becoming overly too much for one person to handle because things are going against them in their favor, and you have a character that's immune to all of it, you can basically combine with another character and basically help them out, and that's why I have it called Comorbid Clash. I know it's a very very long-winded way of saying this stuff, but yeah, you know. Sorry about that. Yeah, it's about. I didn't think it was that long. Wow. That's what it though for this little video. Yep. I just wanted to. I just want to know what you guys think about that. Like, I think we need to actually get the community to, like, I personally probably won't be able to do it because, like I said, for my ADHD would not. Will probably make me go up for the next thing. You're like, oh, I'm gonna do this thing now. I might come back to it, you know. But like, if you want to be consistent, that's why I want to bring it out there. It's like, hey, you know, I think we need just like a calculator. It should be like a fancy sci-fi horror superhero adventure series, you know. Like maybe some characters might have like giant mechas. Some might be able to use magic. Some might just use like weapons or high-tech gadgets, something, you know. Whatever they would use it, but like have like a comorbid condition that could work really well with each other in this unique way. And that's why I call it Comorbid Clash. Anyways, I've been Writer Fiction. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And goodbye.